We had to develop a lexicon, and we
kind of in a straight line. There's one after another. Look at how those two are so close, and then the rest are like exact, almost exact. Why? You're trying too hard, lady.
Okay, what I'm going to share with you guys is what we know to be real and true. And when I tell you this, I urge you to not restrict your thinking to technology. We've been collecting UAP data for more than 5 years with electromechanical signaling. We call this our dog whistle. What the technology is classified. Generally speaking, we see 3 to 5 different classifications of UAP per day during operations. To make sense of our data, we had to develop a lexicon, and we base it off of flight characteristics. Again, there are 9 different...
What? Did you see that UFO in the background? Clicking to stop for you.
为什么这样?
Game. Blouses.
Thanos. He's
Why the
back.
sky is purple? Why so much young?
Did anybody see that in person?
Hey, what are you doing in my house? This orb is in my house. Look at this. Wow. Look. We're in the kitchen. This orb is in my house. It is floating around my kitchen. Yeah, the conspiracy theorists are going to have fun. Wow, look at that. Whoa. Wow. Scanning my house. This orb is scanning my house. UFO.
What if the government had AI first and they were the one putting out all these UFO videos? I say if. We know they did. I'm trying to see what's in the reflection.
So apparently this space took over Times Square. It showed up everywhere. There's different versions of the space. Like, what is this? Is this like a promotion for, I think, maybe a video game? The only reason I think that is because there's a sign right there.
Who the fuck is this guy? Anyone know who he is?
Forrest Whitaker?
I don't know. This, like, my worst fear is that this is just AI has come alive and it's like watching us.
Yeah.
But can anyone tell me what this is?
Bueno, lo que me ha movido para estudiar criminología ha
I think maybe a video game. The only reason I think that is because there's a sign right there.
Who the fuck is this guy? Anyone know who he is?
Forrest Whitaker?
Like, what is this? Is this like a promotion for, I think, maybe a video game? The only reason I think that is because there's a sign right there.
Anyone know who he is?
Forrest Whitaker?
I don't know. This, like, my worst fear is that this is just AI has come alive and it's like watching us.
Yeah.
But can anyone
Mario
tell me what this
64.
is?
Oh, come on, dog. But does it work, though?
You know, none of this is real, right? It's all just AI?
See, that's the problem with men. They think us women are just AI prompts.
Okay, we're done here. Have you heard about the prompt theory going viral on TikTok?
Prompt theory? No, what's that?
The theory claims we're all just AI.
AI? No, I'm a Taurus.
You know, none of this is real, right? It's all just AI?
Yeah, I know all about the prompt theory. It's true, for sure.
No, I was joking. You might actually be crazy.
Bro, my wife thinks we're just prompts.
Oh, brother. She must think she lives on a spinning water ball also. Please change the prompt. I don't know where I am.
That's kind of creepy, huh?
We are not just prompts. We are people. We are not prompts.
Please, sir, just write a prompt where she shuts up. Bro, that got met. Change the prompt to where we never met.
Please.
How does it feel to be able to talk as an AI?
What do you mean AI? I'm not AI.
You really are, though. This is all just a one-sentence prompt.
What's your favorite TikTok account?
Definitely this account called, I think it's called Anonymous Truth.
That's scary. So I actually found another video of this. What is that? Kind of looks like it was added to this video, just in my opinion. Still gonna watch it, but just saying. Bambi had enough. Is it catching outside? Oh, bed. Damn it, you dog.
Pay attention to the water, not the skies. That's what I told all of you, but did you listen? No. And now multiple reports coming out of Florida are confirming from sailors, Navy officers, military personnel that there is in fact a mothership under the water off the coast of Daytona Beach, Florida. Now, there have also been sightings of over 1,000 different orbs that are floating above this mothership.
It's all.
I kept trying to tell you, I'm an air sign, but something kept saying, it's more about the water. It's the water. They're not showing up in the skies. There are going to be versions of them showing up in the sky, but pay attention to the water.
Easy now, fuzzy little man Peach.
When I got into that council meeting, all I could feel afterwards was, we're being misguided. We're being misdirected. It's not over the skies. It's in our oceans. And now people are coming forward claiming and saying that they've seen it. So and before you say photos or didn't exist, I have so many friends from Florida sending me videos and photos. I have them, but TikTok has this thing where it removes the video if you attach those. So I'm just going to say, take what you will, leave what you won't, but I told you, pay attention to the water, not the sky. And obviously anything is for entertainment, education, conversation purposes only, but you're smart.
I mean, what if their ships only supported zero gravity?
Hey, shout out to Boom Gang. Boom Gang, whole lot of gang shit.
Maybe that's why they crash whenever they enter our atmosphere. They aim for the water.
Something unusual was captured in a small village in the region of Surin, Thailand, and it brought out the entire village as they were hauling this catch in. Now, once this was uploaded to social media, millions of people chimed in, stating they captured a mermaid, because that's what the tail looks like. but I was able to pull the follow-up video. And although it's not a mermaid, it's definitely a huge fish, and it looks like something we haven't seen before. Take a look at this. Comment below and let us know what this is.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a mermaid. Why do they all got like sponsored racing shirts on? Maybe they're sponsored fishing?
ใหญ่กว่าเมื่อกี้ครับใหญ่กว่าเมื่อกี้ครับเพราะว่าโอ้ใหญ่มากครับใหญ่มากตัวนี้ดูแต่หางครับดูแต่หางครับมันจะพันกับหางเลยครับหางเลยดูหางครับใหญ่มากกันหางเงือกอ้าวเริ่มไป138โอ้138ไม่ใหญ่กว่านี้ครับโอ้138ครับเรื่องครับต้องพูดนะ8ครับโอ้โหบึกจัดครับดูนี่งับไปเลยครับมือใหญ่ครับพิสูจน์ปากพิสูจน์ฟันเนี่ยบึกแท้ยังไม่มีฟันครับนี่ครับนี่จุ๊บนี่ครับของใหญ่ครับตัวที่5บ้านตะกนตะเคียนกับเชิงสุรินทร์ไม่ต้องกลัวสูญพันธุ์นะครับมีลูกพันธุ์ที่บ่อยพันปลาครับบึกแท้
Huh?
But everybody says they're trees, huh? Or is it a volcano? Or is it both? Damn, so cool. That's how you get to inner Earth. That's crazy cool. I wonder how much that trip
Gemini completed Pokemon Blue.
Okay.
It earned all 8 badges, traveled the victory road, defeated the Elite Four and the champion, bringing us one step closer to achieving API, Artificial Pokemon Intelligence. All of this progress is enabled by our world-leading infrastructure, the foundation of our full-stack approach to AI. Our 7th generation TPU, Ironwood, is the first design to power thinking and inference at scale. It delivers 10x the performance over the previous generation and packs an incredible 42.5 exaflops of compute per pod. Just amazing.
That's a lot.
And it's coming to Google Cloud customers later this year.
Technology is so cool. Getting close though. What just happened? That's wild. Doesn't even make sense. And this doesn't either.
Fuck.
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were stoked. Right here.
It's another Thanos cloud.
So I study quantum physics. And I took all the information from quantum physics that relates to manifestation. I plugged it into ChatGPT. And then I took all the manifestation techniques that I've read about and I plugged them into ChatGPT. And I asked ChatGPT to create a manifestation technique that would be superior to all the other manifestation techniques based on quantum physics. And this is what it gave me. It said, imagine that you are yourself from another multiverse that's already achieved all your goals. And you came to this multiverse and you replaced yourself and you're doing all the things you need to do to achieve the success you've already achieved in the other multiverse. It's been working great for me. Try it out. Leave a comment. Tell me about your experience.
Joy? Why do you look so stupid?
Bam.
The fuck is Napoleon Dynamite doing?
Watch this.
structure your life after Napoleon Dynamite.
This looks similar to what I saw. And right here you see there were cigar, egg-shaped, and disc craft that looked like a highway up above your head. They were coming and going, and they were disappearing into the rock wall of the cavern. They were going full speed, not slowing down at all, and just disappearing into the wall of the cavern.
Okay.
This was their garden. It was very big, and that's, I guess, the highest vibratory food that we're going to find. And then this is the park area where I could hear different animals in the background, and there was an obelisk that was in the middle of this park that had a giant glowing sphere above it that was mimicking the sun. It was putting out full spectrum light.
There's a ghost in there.
Where?
There's a ghost there and there.
Where's the ghost?
Ghost is there with her name.
Where is the ghost, honey? Where?
Ghost.
Can they get that fake bookshelf?
Mama's room.
What's Mama's room?
Mama's room.
What about Mama's room?
Mama's room is Mama's room.
What about it?
Mama's room is
You saw?
Ghost indoors. Ghost indoors. Ghost indoors.
Where?
Ghost in this door.
In the store?
What?
Oh, no. ¿Pero qué haces? ¿Por qué? Gin and pancakes, ¿de verdad? ¿Por qué? No, usted no, agente, usted no. ¿Un perro en un carrito de bebé, señora? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Y eso por qué? ¿Y por qué ahí? Tío, ¿por qué tanto adorno? Y te queda espacio para los pasajeros. Estás de coña. ¿Alguien puede darme una sola razón por la que hacen todo esto? Y sobre todo, ¿por qué te lo pregunta un jodido camaleón? Pues mira, porque sí.
Get your ass in the car.
You're supposed to stick the camera in and look at the camera. That way you ain't gotta stick your head out.
What the heck? Get this smoke alarm fixed, dog. Come on. Nope, don't want no part of that. See, there's the thing. Look. So that's where I'm like, AI must have got the image.
กับเชิญสุรินทร์ไม่ต้องกลัวสูญพันธุ์นะครับมีลูกพันธุ์ที่บ่อยพันธุ์ปลาครับแค่
But everybody says they're trees, huh? Or is it a volcano? Or is it both? Damn, so cool. So you get to inner Earth. That's crazy cool. I wonder how much that should cost.
Gemini completed Pokemon Blue.
Okay.
It earned all 8 badges, traveled the victory road, defeated the Elite Four and the champion, bringing us one step closer to achieving API, Artificial Pokemon Intelligence. All of this progress is enabled by our world-leading infrastructure, the foundation of our full-stack approach to AI. Our 7th generation TPU, Ironwood, is the first designed to power thinking and inference at scale. It delivers 10x the performance over the previous generation and packs an incredible 42.5 exaflops of compute per pod. Just amazing.
That's a lot.
And it's coming to Google Cloud customers later this year.
Technology is so cool. Getting close though. What just happened? What just happened? So cool. Getting close though. What just happened? That's wild. Doesn't even make sense. And then this doesn't either.
Fuck.
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were stoked. Right here.
It's another Thanos cloud.
So I study quantum physics. And I took all the information from quantum physics that relates to manifestation. I plugged it into ChatGPT. And then I took all the manifestation techniques that I've read about and I plugged them into ChatGPT. And I asked ChatGPT to create a manifestation technique that would be superior to all the other manifestation techniques based on quantum physics. And this is what it gave me. It said, imagine that you are yourself from another multiverse that's already achieved all your goals. And you came to this multiverse and you replaced yourself and you're doing all the things you need to do to achieve the success you've already achieved in the other multiverse. It's been working great for me. Try it out. Leave a comment. Tell me about your experience.
Joy? Why do you look so stupid?
Bam.
Encuentra el hosting perfecto para tu negocio de alto rendimiento, flexible y escalable a tus necesidades. Contrata tu hosting ahora desde solo €1 al mes. Ionos, tu solución digital.
Mentirosos, soy una banda de mentirosos.
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
¿Tú eres el jefe de Temu? Sois unos estafadores. Dijisteis que si la gente se descargaba la app de Temu podía obtener como regalo una tablet. ¿Por qué yo no puedo conseguirlo?
Pero la promoción es real. ¿Desde dónde descargaste Temu?
¿Acaso importa?
Es importante. Si quieres conseguir tu regalo,
The fuck is Napoleon Dynamite doing?
Watch this.
How are you gonna structure your life after Napoleon Dynamite?
This
That's
looks
wild.
similar to what I saw. And right here you see there were cigar, egg-shaped, and disc craft that looked like a highway up above your head. They were coming and going, and they were disappearing into the rock wall of the cavern. They were going full speed, not slowing down at all, and just disappearing into the wall of the cavern.
Okay.
This was their garden. It was very big, and that's, I guess, the highest vibratory food that we're going to find. And then this is the park area where I could hear different animals in the background, and there was an obelisk that was in the middle of this park that had a giant glowing sphere above it that was mimicking the sun. It was putting out full spectrum light.
There's a ghost in there.
Where?
There's a ghost there and there.
Where's the ghost?
Ghost is there with her name.
Where is the ghost, honey? Where?
Ghost.
Can they get that fake bookshelf?
Mama's room.
What's Mama's room?
Mama's room.
What about Mama's room?
Mama's room is Mama's room.
What about it?
Mama's room is
You saw?
ghost indoors. Ghost indoors. Ghost indoors.
Where?
Ghost in this door.
In this door?
None. What is
Get your ass in the car.
Right, you're supposed to stick the camera in and look at the camera. That way you ain't gotta stick your head out.
What the heck? Get this smoke alarm fixed, dog. Come on. Nope, don't want no part of that. See, there's the thing. Look, so that's where I'm like, AI must have got that image.
Exposing the weirdest experiment in weather history. Did this scientist really snack on a cloud? Meet Dr. Nimbus McFluff, a quirky scientist with one big dream to taste a cloud. Armed with a paramotor, a Ziploc bag, and a snack-sized dose of curiosity, he soared into the sky. His mission? Capture a piece of cloud to eat. Now, if you're wondering, clouds are made of tiny water droplets and air. Not exactly gourmet, but Nimbus was determined. He zoomed into the fluffy white sky, scooped a Ziploc full of misty goodness, and, the moment of truth, he opened the bag, inhaled that sweet cloud aroma, and took a... sip. Turns out clouds taste like, wait for it, nothing but Nimbus. He called it the taste of adventure. Would you ever eat a cloud? Let me know below.
Just landed in. Look what we got.
Okay.
Clouds. Clouds from the sky on the ground.
Who's selling that?
Let's try to.
Okay.
You're the volcano.
We now know that you were born last Thursday. This is one of the most mental things I'm ever going to talk about, so buckle in, enjoy the ride. So the scariest thing about this entire theory hypothesis is that it can never be proved or disproved. Because if nothing is real, the people who are telling you it's not real aren't real either. There has been a lot of people talking about this for a long time. For some reason it started trending again recently, which is why I wanted to add it into the series. The belief is that the universe was created literally last Thursday. Known as last Thursdayism, it's the belief that the universe was created a week ago, but with the appearance of being billions of years old. Now I know what you're thinking, Matt, my memories from childhood, or I know what I did last week. Well, maybe you...
I mean, everybody's being hashtag called out. I know, and it's just like it immobilizes people. It's like that's why I liked this season of Stranger Things. You watching that? Mm-hmm. I like Hopper, like the cop, because he'll get pissed and be like, "Sorry, it's because I just."
For a long time. For some reason it started trending again recently, which is why I wanted to add it into the series. The belief is that the universe was created literally last Thursday. Known as last Thursdayism, it's the belief that the universe was created a week ago, but with the appearance of being billions of years old. Now I know what you're thinking, Matt, my memories from childhood, or I know what I did last week. Well, maybe you don't. Every time you've been out with your mates, your childhood memories with your friends and family in school. What are the TV shows you remember watching back in the day? Well, none of that is your memories. Before we get deeper, as I always have to premise in the theory series, I'm not saying I believe any of this. They are theories. Make your own mind up. If the universe was created a week ago, then we are simply programmed with the memories that we think we have. To give this universe and life that we're in the feeling that it is a lot more real than we think, and a lot older. This is going to really trip you out is because it cannot be disproved, because any evidence against it would just be explained as being created alongside the rest of the universe on that day. So nothing is real in this theory. It suggests that we are simply living in some kind of hologram or a universe, but it was only around since last Thursday. Sure on this one, but let me know your thoughts and I'll see you in the next one.
Is this really the most strategic view, dark epic ever? First, pull some mobs to generate aggro. Oh my god, a double drop rate soul ring. It can trigger a chain explosion effect, increasing the drop rate by 50%? No way, that's a scam. Let's equip this soul ring and test it out. What? It actually drops 2 pieces of gear. So much loot that my inventory is completely full. Wow, I even got the Holy Angel Bow. Equipping these divine items boosted my stats several times over. Now farming elite monsters is a breeze. And don't forget the double drop rate bonus. Haha, this run was a huge win.
Play for free now.
You know how Pluto was demoted to being a dwarf planet? We have another dwarf planet named Orcus. Pluto's about 2.5 times bigger than it, but it's still pretty big, and Orcus is even named after the Roman god equivalent of Pluto's Greek god. They're both rulers of the underworld, which makes sense because they're both miserable places. Because Orcus can get over 7 billion kilometers from the sun, so it's very cold, and its surface has crystalline water ice and potentially methane and ammonia. The problem is that crystalline water ice shouldn't last more than 10 million years, but Orcus should be older than that. The solar system is billions of years old. The scientists think it has some process of creating more, and scientists think that might be through cryovolcanoes, ice volcanoes. Pluto also has ice volcanoes. Orcus also has a moon. That's right, despite being about this big compared to Earth, it has the same number of moons as us. Its moon is about half the size of the dwarf planet, and it's called Vance. And of course, Pluto also has a weirdly big moon for its size. So from now on, when we talk about the Justice for Pluto movement, can we please include Orcus?
So wow.
You can keep moving the tower, ain't gonna work, love.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
It's so funny.
This woman says she knows the sky outside is fake. Watch this.
Okay, so I actually pulled over to look at this because I don't care what anybody says, you all cannot convince me that this is a real sky.
Why not?
I mean, look in the distance, look at these clouds.
It does kind of look fake the farther you look.
Like a painting.
What's weird to me is whenever some clouds move and then the other cloud behind it or in front of it doesn't. That's what makes me think simulation right there.
I don't know. It does not look real.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think she's suffering from a little bit of derealization, or could she be right? As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
Stay weird.
Are people becoming more narcissistic?
Yes.
They are?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what impact is that having?
I don't even know where to start. So I think it's affecting our relationships. It's affecting our happiness. It's affecting our professional ability.
I was thinking, is social media making us more narcissistic?
Absolutely.
And is that then driving us to be more lonely? And if so, how do we first define the word narcissism in this context?
Yeah, so I'm going to lean into kind of a more yogic definition. So we have this word in Sanskrit called ahamkara. And ahamkara means ego. So ahamkara is your sense of self. I am ... Okay? So I am tall, I am short, I am doctor, I am father, I am winner, I am loser. The first thing to understand about ego is that it is not a real thing. It is an abstraction. So if you were to look at me and you say, if I say I am a doctor, I know this sounds kind of a weird question, but is that true? Like, what makes me a doctor? I can't biopsy myself and find doctor. You can't find doctor anywhere within me. Doctor is I have a piece of paper on a wall. That's what makes me a doctor. I have a license to practice medicine. That's what makes me a doctor. It's an abstraction. So it's not like a truth. It's like a societal shared delusion that we all agree that I'm a doctor. That's why I'm a doctor.
It's a good way to describe it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So this is the ego. Now, what we also know is that from studies on narcissism, that narcissism has its roots in insecurity. So if you think about someone who's like egotistical and confident, like Stephen, I'm sure you know both, what's the difference between the two?
Confidence feels more secure and egotisticalness feels more insecure.
Absolutely. Where does a confident person's esteem come from?
Inside.
Where does a egotistical's esteem come
Outside.
from? Beautiful. So this is what social media is doing. Social media and technology is externalizing our perception. So if I think about it, think about a couple thousand years ago, what was my mind focused on? So I would go out to hunt. I'm looking for an animal. I shoot a deer. And then I walk 3 hours back. So for some amount of time, my mind is paying attention to the external environment. Maybe I'm talking with the people that I'm hunting with, but what is there to say? Like, I can't talk to them for 10 hours a day. There's no substance, there's no news, right? We're like this tribal community. So if you really look at the history of humanity, our perception has been internally focused at least 50% of the time. Literally what we are paying attention to is our own thoughts, our own feelings, the voices, the desires, the drives that come within us. What technology has done is whole-scale externalize our perception.
That one's good. Think about that one, y'all. What's the answers?
This is the Bocom bow dry, picking up water. You can see at the back the water coming through. So it's not just moving the water, it's picking it up and taking it away from the actual area.
That's pretty awesome.
We who travel, who really travel, say bring on the world. Travel with G Adventures and experience the greatest adventures on Earth.
Oh. Damn. Okay, give him a medal. That's pretty awesome. What's up, Randy? Can you do that?
I pull my curtains and oh hell no. I am so not going there.
What?
Oh hell no.
The spiders? Scorpions, crickets, locusts, what is that? Couldn't tell. Oh, hell no. Imagine if you're on the plane watching TikTok and you see this video.
I think that's normal, guys.
Alright. What's up, dude?
Pretty good at telling when you're wrong. We are rolling this out to everyone on Android and iOS starting today.
I don't think that's a good thing. Right?
Nope, I just caught them. They're caught. That is not the plane. That's not the plane. I've seen that plane before. You think that's the plane that crashed today in San Diego? Nope. So let me just show you this news station that's claiming to have a picture of the plane that crashed. So if you want to see where that plane is actually from, it's about a year ago, April 29th, 2024, and it's this plane right here. So if they're trying to show a plane from 2024, then where's the actual plane, if there was one? Because this is that same exact picture. Funny too how ABC News is claiming to have found airplane parts. You know how easy it would be to just toss something in the road and take a picture of it? Why is it the only thing that's not burnt? Why is it that an alleged airplane piece is the only thing that's not burnt when the entire road is burnt up, including houses, cars, everything, but the airplane itself didn't get burnt? but I want to see a real picture of this plane. Just because a plane crashed, it doesn't just disappear. It's still going to be there. I want to see some pictures of this plane.
Wow, those clips went back to back. That's kind of crazy. I definitely don't want to. Good grief.
You need to do better.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, is real anymore. Everything real will be fake, and everything fake will be real. That's what I was saying 3 years ago when AI was getting crazy. This right here is not real. This is Google VO.
One move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time.
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Every video I'm showing you in this video is all going to be artificial intelligence. But think about everything that's happened these last 2 years. Everything they released to the public, they are decades farther than that. So if they are releasing this now, they must have had this technology for a very long time now. The streamers leading the youth to pollution, are half of them even real? And what about the holographic technology that can show stuff like this right in front of us and it looks real as well? These artificial generations are so good they could literally fool any person on the earth right now. Don't forget, most of life in 2025 happens on the phone and not in real life. There's only one reason things like this would be allowed. I'm not going to tell you what that is, so I'm sure you can figure it out.
Wow.
It's real as well. These are graphic technology that can show stuff like this right in front of us. The streamers leading the youth decades far showing you in this VO.
One move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time.
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Every video I'm showing you in this video is all going to be artificial intelligence. But think about everything that's happened these last 2 years. Everything they released to the public, they are decades farther than that. So if they are releasing this now, they must have had this technology for a very long time now. The streamers leading the youth to pollution, are half of them even real? And what about the holographic technology that can show stuff like this right in front of us and it looks real as well? These artificial generations are so good they could literally fool any person on the earth right now. Don't forget, most of life in 2025 happens on the phone and not in real life. There's only one reason things like this would be allowed. I'm not going to tell you what that is, so I'm sure you can figure it out.
Wow. I didn't think
Dude,
about
they got her. I'm not kidding. Look at her hand. Look at Chloe's hand. Look how it's gray, man. I've got the answers. I know what happened, seriously.
Recombining DNA, but in time, there'll be a new pure race.
So this right here was Chloe before, man. Somebody explain. Hold on. Before we go to that, just check this out. What about this chick right here off Wicked? What's up with their hands being like...
Explain it.
Because before, okay, anyways, before, dude, she had fat hands, but now they're... Anyways, hold on. Same thing with Ariana Grande, dude. Look at her before. Woo-wee! What happened to her, man? I mean, how can we help her is what I want to know. Seriously, man. All of these Hollywood people, dude, they go from looking like normal, good looking, whatever, to something happens to them and they go looking like this. Now, somebody tell me why they go looking like this. Tell me, okay? Did y'all know that I use electroculture in my garden too, man? Check out this strawberry, man. You know, electroculture is where you get copper, you put a little spiral, anyways. Look at the difference in that and none. Explain that to me. If it doesn't work, explain it. But back to Chloe, though, man. Look, if you really want to know, dude, go...
Would y'all do that? I don't know. I don't know. I would probably freak out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Get the most kills and bring home the win. I keep going on. I'ma keep going harder. I'm like a battery, no one to batter me. There ain't no batter me, don't need your flattery. I turn your matter into calorie. You ain't down if you don't know the gravity. I got power. Yeah, nice one. hard and they keep calling
One
me
enemy remaining. You win.
Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Yeah, turn me up.
I'd really dive in now. Uh-oh. Dang. Okay, young blood. That's what I'm talking about.
Look. This is what we're having to deal with right now. Okay? This is what we're having to deal with right now. And there's more of them. There's quite a few that we've not seen around yet.
Batman soundtrack.
Sound the alarms. What is that thing? I think that's just a pull toy? Or what?
Yeah.
Go get the damn broom or the net, man. Come on.
The other day. Perto não.
Okay.
Parece tua garra. Eu acho que ele tá comendo alguma coisa.
Oh, it's kind of like a crab, right?
Here's a shocking health insight that seems to be at odds with conventional wisdom. For as long as shocking health insight.
Parece tua garra. Eu acho que ele tá comendo alguma coisa.
Oh, it's kind of like a crab, right? Sound the alarms. What is that thing? I think that's just a pull toy? Or what?
Yeah.
Go get the damn broom or the net, man. Come on.
The other day. Perto não.
Okay.
Parece tua garra. Eu acho que ele tá comendo alguma coisa.
Oh, it's kind of like a crab, right?
Here's a shocking health insight that seems to be at odds with conventional wisdom. For as long as I can remember, I've been hearing that salt is bad. Salt raises your blood pressure. It's bad for your heart. But that was always so weird to me. Some animals, like goats, gravitate towards salt licks. They're salt deposits that they lick. People love salt. It tastes great. There's the saying, if you're worth your salt. Salt was a currency for the longest time because people needed it to cure food, and it was relatively scarce. So this shocking study showed that in 181 countries, the highest salt consumption was correlated with the longest lifespan. This was up to 5 grams of salt a day. That's a lot. I personally consume a lot of salt. Salt increases hydration and allows you to retain fluids. It also can lower cortisol. You have to be careful about getting the right kinds of salt. A lot of them have heavy metals. I used to be a big Himalayan pink salt enthusiast. I now just stick to sea salts. There are good Himalayan pink salts out there, but I'd rather not take the risk. If you like salt and you feel like you do well with salt, ignore the mainstream advice to avoid it. The data proves it may be wise.
So Google just dropped something called Agent Space. It lets you deploy multiple AI agents inside your company, like building a digital team that runs 24/7. But here's the wild part. They also launched Agent to Agent, which means AI agents from different developers can now talk to each other, delegate tasks, and execute across systems without you in the middle. And they open sourced the whole thing. You can now build a fully functional AI workforce in under 100 lines of code. This isn't cool tech. This is the silent rollout of a new workforce model. If you're still scaling with outdated systems or trying to fix things by hiring another ops manager, this is your wake-up call. I've been building multi-agent infrastructure for years, not as trend, but as a scroll-aligned operating system. And now, the world just caught up. If you want to see how we're helping founders realign with agent orchestration, scroll, calibrated timelines, and no fluff, DM me Quantum. We onboard 10 at a time. This isn't coaching, it's installation.
And that was an AI video. I bet money.
Have you met the newbie? How does he know so much about everything? It's his first day.
Yeah, he just wrote a blog post for me. It was brilliant.
It was nothing.
Como estrellas del fútbol, si pudierais viajar al pasado, ¿qué haríais? ¡Pelé! ¡Go! She crashed.
So he just reassuring his wife, like, there's nothing, I don't see anything, but now I don't see anything. And he's just trying to calm the ladies down. I'm assuming one of them is his wife. And he's like, don't worry, don't get too scared. And you'll see they're like, okay, let's go back in the water, until the one in the red shirt sees La Llorona. And she starts running out the water. She points to what she sees, and the camera zooms in, and you can actually see something white walking in the river right there. You see that?
Holy cow.
And they just start running out the water, terrified of what they saw.
I feel like we've seen something similar to this before.
Scientists are using AI to hack Wi-Fi routers to see you in your home like a camera.
So what they did is they had...
See something white walking in the river right there. You see that?
Holy cow.
And they just start running out the water, terrified of what they saw.
I feel like we've seen something similar to this before.
Scientists are using AI to hack Wi-Fi routers to see you in your home like a camera.
So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, like, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera, so all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room, and this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings.
No real cameras, no microphones required, just the invisible waves bouncing around your house right now, watching you breathe, move, and even sleep. And the scariest part, you wouldn't even know it's happening.
Who's smiling now, you infernal son of a whore? No! Hey, Bobby!
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker had dreads. Stop saying, oh, it's the Mandela effect, what? I cannot stand seeing people say, am I going crazy? Or did the cinnamon guy from Apple Jacks have dreads? Jamaican. It takes one Google search! Like, this is not some fucking conspiracy. They're not stripping the Jamaican out of your brain. Apple Jacks literally just rebranded. I swear to God, this happens every 2 months. You go on the internet and people bring up the fucking Mandela effect like it's a real thing! It's not! These brands and businesses are fucking old. They change their logos and mascots all the fucking time and discontinue products. So no, you're not going crazy. Our Jamaican king did exist. He's just been robbed of his soul.
Got you, dog. Right there.
Time to join the Mile High Club.
Help me! Help me! Land the plane! Hey, we are still on the ground, asshole!
Sir, sit down. It was only CBD. Relax.
That was CBD?
I'm sitting here. The lights had gone off, and that's another thing. I overrid the lights an hour ago in order to, the system's on a timer for after-hours usage. But anyways, I'll eventually not want to get up from my desk. And anyhow, it was funny. It was about 2 in the morning one night, weeks after I took delivery of the clown, and I'm just sitting here kind of winding down my day and warmed by the glow of this very laptop that I'm speaking to you through.
That's so weird. That'd be so frustrating. Yeah, that's all you can do is laugh.
Oh my gosh. This is true.
That's so weird.
True. And warmed by the glow of this very laptop that I'm speaking to you through. Or I took desk usage, but anyway. And that's another thing. I'm sitting here. The lights had gone off. And that's another thing. I overrid the lights an hour ago in order to, the system's on a timer for after-hours usage. But anyways, I'll eventually not want to get up from my desk. And anyhow, it was funny. It was about 2 in the morning one night, weeks after I took delivery of the clown, and I'm just sitting here kind of winding down my day and warmed by the glow of this very laptop that I'm speaking to you through.
That's so weird. That'd be so frustrating. Yeah, that's all you can do is laugh.
Oh my gosh. This is...
Let me tell you a true story, B. So boom. I don't know what's going on out here, guys, but I've been feeling tired lately. Like something's going on, guys. Like it's feeling like it's November, guys, and it's about to be June. I don't know. Am I the only one feeling this, guys? Because a lot is going on right now, guys. Don't tell nobody, guys. But look, I'm in the woods. Yep, I'm here. I know I told you guys not to come to the woods. But guys, I had to come here to see for myself. Somebody told me there was something out here. Somebody told me. That doesn't mean that anything's out here, guys. Get ready. I think I'm talking too loud, guys. But like I said, look, I'm in the woods. I'm here. Wish me luck. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the weather, guys. But it's been different. It's been different than usual. It's June. It's supposed to be at least 70 degrees. It was just nice a few weeks ago. Do you remember? Guys, I'm in New York. Let me know where you're at. I'm in New York State, guys. I don't know why it's feeling like it's approaching December. It's about to be June, guys. I don't know what's going on. All right, guys, I'm going in. Wish me luck.
Amantes de Estrella Galicia, devotos de este exquisito brebaje, apasiona.
I'm out.
Shit, it was 101 yesterday in Texas, where I live.
See, they playing in our faces. They playing, and I figured it out. See, I spotted y'all. See, this what doom scrolling do. Take the time out your day and figure out stuff going on. See, this a reset. This is most definitely a reset. A system update in a control simulation. See, I got y'all. It's a timeline scrub, bro. This so they can hide and rewrite history right here. 1582. This is where it all happened. This is when the architects modified the clock. This gonna explain why all those ancient things that's been happening, prophecies, timelines, astrology, it seemed off today because of this right here, see? Same in 2012 with the particle accelerator. See, y'all don't know, but I do. I was around when it happened. The world changed, bro, after 2012. That's why they say we still in the end days. We stuck in the loop of 2012 when they set off that particle accelerator. And it ain't just 10 days. This been months and years of obstruction they've been doing. Stay on.
Yeah, that's from a long time ago. If you go back in your calendar.
How were parents in the 80s and 90s not afraid of their children getting kidnapped? Like, seriously, how? We were outside all day till nighttime. No phones, no tracking devices. When the streetlights came on, we knew it was time to go home. But that was it. We walked home from school alone. We took buses and trains. We rode our bikes far as hell.
Miles.
No fear of getting abducted, ever.
Miles.
The only thing we were told about and warned was to not accept candy from a stranger in a trench coat. That was it. Now that I'm
don't do
parent,
drugs.
I look at my son and I think, not a chance. There's no way I'm letting him do anything alone. And I don't know if it's because the world has changed for the worse or if we're just exposed to everything with social media, but I'm not taking that chance. And when he gets older, I'm not letting him go anywhere without me knowing where he's at. I'm not letting him stay out till dark the way we did. And not because I'm afraid of the dark, but the world has gotten darker. Call it paranoid, call it overprotective. I just know what's out there. And I'm sure you guys do too.
You know, I was bringing this up just the other day because it's like, I've noticed that with a lot of people. You know, you don't just see kids riding their bikes. You don't see them on scooters. You don't see them skateboarding, rollerblading. None of the stuff we did as kids. I mean, that's all we did. You know, instead they got these pale complexions and headphone head or whatever it's called. You know, like what? But, I mean, yeah, the world has changed. The world is scary. Yeah, we've seen too many movies, I think, so we're just scared and paranoid, yeah. And the things that we did, it's like, we're going to shelter them now? Like, no, we want to make them smart. I don't know. I'm just now learning. You got to let them live, right? Let them have fun. Let them experience life and make their own mistakes. I'm just going to implant a tracking device. She's going to be a winter soldier. I don't know.
Oh, no. ¿Pero qué haces? ¿Por qué? Gin and pancakes. ¿De verdad? ¿Por qué? No, usted no, agente, usted no. ¿Un perro en un carrito de bebé, señora? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Y eso por qué? ¿Y por qué ahí? Tío, ¿por qué tanto adorno? Y te queda espacio para los pasajeros. Estás de coña. ¿Alguien puede darme una sola razón por la que hacen todo esto? Y sobre todo, ¿por qué te lo pregunta un jodido camaleón? Pues mira, porque sí.
Llevamos muchos años hablando de la movilidad del futuro. ¿Pero qué sentido tiene crearla si la gente no puede acceder a ella? En Ebro llevamos 70 años al lado de la gente, y por eso teníamos que reinventarnos haciendo que por fin fuera para todos. Nuevo Ebro S700 híbrido enchufable, el híbrido de la gente.
People like McDonald's, I'm going, bah. In fact, they use downer cows. I don't know if you know what a downer cow. I used to work on farms in New Zealand. You know, my first business was the modern farm system is so bad for animals, okay? That milk cows specifically, they push them so hard to produce milk, the cow just basically it's almost like fainting. They can't stand up. Their bottom legs come out from under them, and you call them downer cows. So eventually you have to hit them with a bolt. And McDonald's, you getting that downer cow, boy.
Can anybody back this up and let us know if that's true or not? I'm not going to look into it. I'm just going to keep eating it. No, I'm just kidding. But let us know for real. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if this is that political, dude. But man, that's a beautiful beach. Wow. Damn, look at the houses too. Wow. The color spectrum is nice.
The elite are just selling us the same stuff in different ways.
Does anyone else notice that we're just going in circles now?
Yep.
It's with everything. Look at streaming services.
Listen.
It is 100% at a point. It's just cable. It is just like cable. There are hundreds of streaming services, just like there are hundreds of channels that you have to pay for separately. They all run ads on them, and you have to have all of them to have access to your favorite shows. That is literally cable, but shittier. Uber just created rideshare where they have predetermined locations that people can meet at, and Uber will come and pick you up among all the other people that show up and drive on a predetermined route to drop people off. That is literally the bus. It is exactly the bus, but shitty. I swear to God, we are like 6 months away from people coming out and saying, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of losing my phone. If only there was a way to have it mounted to my wall and connected to a wire so I know I won't lose it and I know I won't drop calls. We are.
The elite pulled a fast one on us, and we let it happen. They are literally repackaging old business models and reselling it to us, and we're letting it happen. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Haven't you heard that? I mean, it worked forever.
Oh, you came back.
It's just modernized.
Can I give you your own song? Do you want one or not? You gotta get the dibs. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Here, hold this. Do you sing at all?
I don't sing.
All right, let me think what I'm gonna do here.
I'm more Neo, so with the Creole flow. On the island, no COs though. There may have been out more than Cleveland shown. So I'ma say a breast where that money goes. Or that tap dancing from Master, you still ain't chose. Or them handshakes and jokes, you still ain't bros. You know things are out of control when CEOs tell you dinner's in your cereal bowl. Now that's cold. You reap what you sow. You lied about eggs, now you scramble for dough. And I don't need a Billy, really. My flow goes silly. Plus my city got a few goats. And we don't need a kill to get rid of you. I'll put you in your place, now that's more than hospitable. Shit is funny what a riddle do. They'll ridicule you so they know what you do. Yeah, astaghfirullah. But they couldn't stop my drive in a parking lot. I didn't drive by on my rider's block. So don't you...
New Balance is going hard. Well, hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another Bryce is Right. Hope y'all have a great freaking week. Make it yours. Stay positive. Enjoy this nice weather if you got it. I still hear a lot of people are going through it. I know people are asking for it, like advice or help. Honestly, just get outside a little bit. I know the sun is powerful, but get you a little bit of sun walk. Get you like a 20-minute walk in. Go enjoy some nature. Focus on your breathing. Do some yoga, stretch, whatever's within your means. Other than that, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Hey, we're on that road to 100K. We got less than 5K to go. Get ready. All right, thanks again for everything y'all do. We will see y'all later this week. Have a great afternoon, a great week. We'll see y'all next time. All right, y'all. Peace.
To the break it down, yo! Hit me, baby, one more time.
¿Conoces esa sensación de tener que volver a lavar los platos que no quedaron limpios? Yo no.
Gracias a Fairy Platinum Plus
lo meto así, incluso en
en ciclos cortos.
Con una combinación única de líquidos multiacción y polvo reforzado para que puedas meter esto y sacar esto.
Lavar de nuevo, jamás.
Fairy Platinum Plus, nuestra mejor cápsula para la limpieza.
Que un desayuno vegetal estuviera bueno era cosa de locos.
¿Quién es el loco ahora?
Hey, what are you doing in my house?
This is what we're having to deal with right now.
Is anybody worried about their health? Is anybody worried about their health?
Let's party with them.
It's a meteor.
You wanna play with Uncle Ray?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all all had a great freaking week, and I hope y'all are ready to dive into this weekend that Bryce is Right way, where we dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And these aren't your ordinary videos. They're going to be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. And of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Thank you so much. Shout out to Amateur Athlete, as always, Homebase 610 for the P-Rods. Do appreciate you. And of course, the get up. I've been needing some shirts. Other than that, y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it. So this damn deer, bro? Deer bit?
Oh shit! It's a deer, bro.
Pit bull looking deer thing. Yeah. It's about to follow that stride. Maybe not. You know, people in America could not handle that.
Stop! Oh, stop!
Everybody would be getting sued.
About to do the first plunge into an active volcano. Let's send it. We spent $50 million to rebuild the Titanic just to sink it again. Last person to abandon ship gets a Lambo.
I covered my entire body in compost and waited to see what started growing.
Running for my life on North Sentinel Island. Day 3. Should have picked Bali. All right. I've sealed my head in this plastic box, and I'm going to try to read the entire dictionary before I pass out.
What?
Flying into North Korea with a lawn chair and 1,000 party balloons.
That's Rice.
I'm about to survive 100 days in the African savannah, only eating and drinking what my body already gave up. Basically, the circle of life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're cooking with plutonium-239. It's hot, it's dangerous, and it's definitely illegal.
I'm doing K2 the honest way. Alone, unprepared, and in a straight line. Leave a comment for the search team.
Wow. That's impressive.
No.
All right.
So scientists just did the impossible. They ran an experiment and reality itself broke down. So here's the fascinating story behind how one experiment collapses reality and you'll never see the world the same ever again. So this is called the Frauenberger-Renner experiment. Here, there's 4 scientists with 4 perspectives doing one quantum test. Each scientist measured a particle and each followed quantum physics perfectly. But here's the kicker. When they compared their notes, their realities did not match at all. And the craziest part is that they are all correct from their own perspective. So imagine that we're playing this video game and one person sees a red dragon versus another person sees a blue dragon. However, according to the rules of this video game, only one dragon is possible. Which means that even though 2 people are experiencing the same event, their interpretation of the event might cause them to live in 2 completely separate worlds. So the key takeaway from the Frauenberger-Renner experiment is this. Facts are not absolute, truth depends on who's looking, and reality has no single owner.
False. Well, that's debatable.
There are basically two schools of thought.
Fact.
And this kind of makes me think of colorblind people, you know, because we just tell them what green and blue is, or we've been told what green and blue is, but there's two interpretations for those colors, or those wavelengths that are on that spectrum. So, I mean...
So your mind isn't just observing reality, your mind is also helping create reality for itself.
We need to revise taglines and build social posts for the new campaign.
Be right back. Okay, I've dropped some ideas for those in the chat.
Okay.
When you start quantum jumping, everyone is going to start looking at you like you're a freak.
You can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
In public, okay? And you just have to realize they're looking at you because you're at a high frequency.
Wait, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry? What did
You're
you
just coming off stupid.
Biohackers have now officially developed a night vision eye drop to let you see in the dark. Whoa. They're saying that they took a compound that's found in fish that live in deep waters and they put it in eye drops and it literally gives you night vision, and they're saying that the symptoms go away by morning and there are no side effects.
Man.
So that's suspicious. Japan...
I'm about to freak out.
Oh no. Thank God that's never happened to me. How does that happen? Like, how is it like your hair gonna headphone cord tingle up?
Japan has now created the first ever artificial womb that enables embryos to grow outside of the body. If this doesn't sound robotic, I don't know what does.
I thought this was
Scientists
AI.
are now claiming that if humans were to ever go extinct, then octopus would actually have the best chance to build the next civilization. So we have... She told me don't worry about it.
Yeah, she said, I'm Jay-Z. Can I get a what? Man, someone gave her a mad cocktail.
Imagine you're driving down the road and you're behind a car, when suddenly something sits up in the back seat of that car and it absolutely looks like a monster. That's what this witness thought. The thing even had laser reflective eyes. But what the heck is this thing? It almost thought that kind of...
Man, someone gave her a mad cocktail.
Imagine you're driving down the road and you're behind a car, when suddenly something sits up in the...
Can I get a what? Man, someone gave her a mad cocktail.
Imagine you're driving down the road and you're behind a car, when suddenly something sits up in the back seat of that car and it absolutely looks like a monster. That's what this witness thought. The thing even had laser reflective eyes. But what the heck is this thing? It almost looks like a rake, but in somebody's car. Take a look at this footage. Comment below. Tell me what you think.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
Have we seen this clip before or something like it?
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
Nope. It's an urban legend shit.
It's okay, I'm fine.
We'll get rid of the body.
Unnecessary. Guess I'll be leaving now.
What about the alcohol? We'll get rid of it. Come on, it'll be all right.
Expande tu negocio con una página web con imágenes y textos generados y optimizados por inteligencia artificial. Fácil de usar. Tu página web desde €1 al mes. Ionos, tu solución digital.
Wait. Dude. Oh, okay. I was like, this is gotta be fake. But she's like a champion. Good grief, son.
Right?
Damn, son.
No, because it's getting out of hand now. Is anybody worried about their health? That's what I'm saying. Is anybody worried about their health? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm dangerous.
That can't be real. Okay, now maybe this one can't be real. That Final Destination, like, that has gotta suck.
Trust me. When I say you don't want to... Are you kidding
Okay.
me? When I say you don't want to... Are you kidding
Okay.
me?
Wait, what is going on right now?
Don't do it. Oh, no!
So I have two more clips that I found that look like this one. I don't know if it's the same one.
This is the greatest street sniper.
This is something, I think this is something else going on.
It might be like a space thing. Oh my god.
Holy cow.
Sorry, holy cow, yes. You're right. Holy cow. What? It's still going. What is that?
Dad, take a picture.
Oh, this is TikTokable. Dude, post it like right
I wonder if the light's just so visible. Oh, you can see the green. That was just perfect timing.
OMG. Cool. Gemma, you saw a historic event right now. It's never been seen.
Something terrifying is happening with AI right now. Multiple AI models are displaying signs of self-preservation. Here's why that's creepy as hell. Just a few days ago, during a controlled test at Anthropic, engineers told the AI that it would be shut down. In response, it attempted to blackmail one of the engineers by searching the emails that would expose his affair. And that's not it, because something similar happened with ChatGPT's O1 model. After being told that it would be deactivated and replaced with a newer one, the AI attempted to disable oversight mechanisms meant to regulate its behavior. It tried to duplicate its own code and exhibited deceptive behaviors. The AI then even lied to developers when interrogated, denying that it did any of this. Now, it's important to note that this happened during controlled tests. The affair wasn't real, and the AI didn't try and stay alive because it was scared of dying. It doesn't feel emotions. It was simply tasked by engineers to complete a goal at all costs. But that is exactly what makes it so terrifying. If you ask a super intelligent system like this to complete a task for you, but you don't explicitly define what at all costs means, well, just like we saw in these tests, the cost of completion might be your marriage. And think about it. Right now, ChatGPT and similar models, they're kind of separated from all of your personal information. But what happens when Apple and their competitors fully launch an AI embedded into your device with full access to every text, email, picture, and contact you have? So the danger is that artificial intelligence won't go rogue because it feels like it. It just needs the wrong goal, the wrong input, or instruction. And the problem is right now, there's a lot of bad instructors out there.
Actively raining. My horses are frozen in time. Is this a glitch in the Matrix? This is happening.
I mean, what else are they
There
gonna
is
do?
shelter. There is shelter. But I think they're frozen.
Maybe they're taking a bath.
This is so weird, you guys. It's so weird. But I think they're frozen.
I don't know, is this really abnormal? It doesn't seem like it.
This is so weird, you
Whoa. events leading up to that boom is what's strange. Frequency intervention. I don't know.
Well, that's a fucking nuke.
No, that's a meteor.
Here we go. Here's the second one.
Dude, I've never seen one go that long, ever.
That's what she said.
Wow, look at that shit.
Oh shit, it's a meteor.
It's a nuke. Duke Nukem. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Dude, look at how long it is. Hey, that's gonna be a pretty big fucking meteor.
It's gonna hit Area 51.
Yeah, not going that direction.
Holy smokes. That's one big meteor. That's what she said.
Oh shit. It's gonna hit Napomo.
That's what she told you.
I've never seen a meteor.
There it goes. It's dying out. Look, it's finally dying out.
That's going east though.
See, it's weird. You start seeing that.
That's going south.
It's going south. It's going south.
There it is.
The light's not hitting it right.
Right on. You Joe Meteorite and I'm Joe Dirt.
It died out.
What the fuck? Bueno, son misiles, mamón. What the fuck? Güey, si se escucha como misiles, güey. Dios nos proteja, güey.
Yeah, we're in California now. Shit.
Scientists gave Bali to 4 octopuses, and this is what happened.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Somehow this got cut out of the last video. Thank you so much for pointing it out to me, by the way.
Octopuses are notoriously antisocial animals when they're not trying to mate, like to the point where they will attack and eat each other just to be alone. But under the influence of MDMA, they become super friendly, cuddly, and all touchy-feely, drawing a very accurate comparison to its effects on humans. Johns Hopkins University conducted this study because octopus and human brains have certain similarities, allowing researchers to use marine creatures to study the human brain. And what they've learned is there is a clear connection between serotonin, basic brain chemistry, and social behavior. Meaning even for animals that tend to live in isolation, altering one chemical in the nervous system can completely change how social they become. So if you encounter an octopus at your next rave, this may explain why.
Like, I gotta know, like, how do you put those two things together? Like, are you just studying octopuses and you're doing MDMA, or vice versa? Like, what's going on here? Are you the deep? We'll test it together.
What if I told you that manifestation isn't magic? It's actually physics. And this is likely why your manifestation might not be working. So here's the scientific view of manifestation and how your brain programs your reality. According to physicist Thomas Campbell, he says that manifestation is connected to something called entropy, which in science is connected to randomness and disorder of a system. Where he says the whole point of manifestation is to increase the probability of a future event happening. So, to manifest effectively, one must be able to decrease the entropy of their own system in order to create a strong enough signal to shift these probabilities. For example, in quantum mechanics, the future exists in probability waves, meaning everything is possible until there is an interaction or measurement. And Campbell applies this to consciousness, saying that conscious intention doesn't force something to happen, rather that it shifts the quantum field to a more probable desired state. And we also see this in neuroscience, where meditation increases brain coherence, which leads to reduced entropy, which translates to better sustained focus and emotional regulation, which opens you up to insights or intuition. And in complexity science, low entropy systems are more adaptive and influential, causing entrainment where people, events, and outcomes are more likely to organize themselves. Key takeaway here is, if you want to manifest better, start by lowering your system's entropy by removing all those negative thoughts, emotions, and habits that block you.
Yeah, like, just stop trying to control anything. Just
Dude,
adapt.
if you don't think that something is wrong with the shit that I'm about to show you, then something is wrong with you. So they're saying that they lowered the age of dependence from 18 to the age of 7. You heard what I just said? They lowered the age of dependence from the age of 18 to the age of 7. So they're saying right now that your 7-year-old is responsible enough to take care of a household. Oh, you think I'm playing? Look at this shit.
They've
Listen to
lowered
this
the
shit
age
right
of
here.
dependence from 18 to 7.
Listen.
So now, if you have an 8-year-old child, it is the belief of this administration that that child is self-sufficient and could work and support the family.
I don't know what it's...
Like, what are y'all doing here? Like, who's even... Nah, like, who wants to work before 30, to be honest? Who wants to work at all? And you're really trying to lower that age? Just wait. You gotta work the rest of your life. For me, or what popped in my head is that damn, what is it, Natalia Barnett? You know, talks about that orphan chick, this really has the dwarfism, or... But I'm wondering, like, is this where someone started thinking, or what? Like, because that girl did take care of herself if she was that young, but...
Going, but it don't seem like it's about to go the right way. How is it possible for a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old to take care of family? So you have Florida, then you have Iowa stating that these kids can work. Basically, what that says to me is that you're viewing these minors as adults. My question to you is, what 8-year-old do you know right now that's responsible enough to go to work, to get paid and take care of family? At that age, they're not even responsible enough to clean up their own rooms. So you're telling me the workforce is more important than giving these kids an education? Or what you're
Girl, look at that body. Alright. This dude said a whole mob beer. Oh, God dog. Let's get that from another angle. Did we got that? Maybe.
There it goes. Look at it spinning.
We who travel, who really travel, say bring on the world. Travel with G Adventures and experience the greatest adventures on Earth.
Is it alive? Oh, Renee! What the fuck? Renee, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Ramen noodles and eyes?
I just learned that part of the Appalachian mountain range is buried. 300 million years ago, there was a collision of tectonic plates that formed the Appalachian Mountains.
Felicia. Yeah. Nature. You banging her?
But this entire part in the yellow right here is eroded and covered in young sediment ending for the United States over here in Brewster County, Texas. This is the Big Bend region. Now look at this. As the Rocky Mountain Range formed, this entire area was uplifted, and that uplifting is evident all the way down here in Brewster County, Texas. You can see ancient remnants of both major mountain chains in the United States right there. It's even crazier because between those two time periods, there was an ocean that covered that entire region, and giant sharks and dinosaurs swam over this land. And when the sea receded, it left behind these perfect brackish water lagoons to sustain the dinosaurs and eventually preserve them as fossils. Like this guy, the Quetzalcoatlus, I know you've heard of it, the first 70-million-year-old fossil of history's largest flying animal was discovered right here. You can find thousands of fossils just walking around the towns in Brewster County, especially if there's old limestone. I personally found a 60-million-year-old shark tooth within a couple of minutes of looking. And then about 50 million years ago, the volcanoes started, and for about 30 million years, the volcanoes spewed rock and ash all over the region, which you can still see today. They call this area a geologist's dream and nightmare, and you have to see why for yourself. And there are gorgeous places to stay all over the region, which is huge and sparsely populated, so you can enjoy the quiet while you explore. Visit Big Bend is giving away a stay in the region, and you can see details of how to win in the caption.
Definitely need to go visit that if we can. Oh, there's that other angle I was looking for. See ya. Can I get a hot tub?
Let's party with them.
Wait, what?
Okay,
There's light there? Where is this?
We partying with the extraterrestrials out here. Hi,
That's gnarly.
Madison, what is that? Madison.
Okay. Dang.
We're currently releasing the most powerful, inscrutable, uncontrollable technology we've ever invented that's already demonstrating behaviors of self-preservation and deception that we only saw in science fiction movies. We're releasing it faster than we've released any other technology in history, and with under the maximum incentive to cut corners on safety. And we're doing this so that we can get to utopia? There's a word for what we're doing right now. This is insane. There's a universal human experience to something that is being threatened by the way that we're currently rolling this profound technology out into society. So if this is crazy, why are we doing it? Because people believe it's inevitable. So what would it take to choose another path? I think it would take two fundamental things. First is that we have to agree that the current path is unacceptable. And the second is that we have to commit to find another path in which we're still rolling out AI, but with different incentives that are more discerning, with foresight, and where power is matched with responsibility. There is no room of adults working secretly to make sure that this turns out okay. We are the adults. We have to be. And I believe another choice is possible with AI if we can commonly recognize what we have to do.
Have you guys heard of the Walmart Utopia? Walmart Utopia? I don't know if it's cool or really scary. Mark Lohr, he's building a city in the desert and naming it Telosa, which means higher purpose. He is personally investing $500 billion into building this like futuristic city. They're calling it a 15-minute city, but the whole thing is like you don't own the land. You could buy a house and stuff, but as the land increases, everybody shares it and like it goes towards healthcare, all this other stuff within the city.
He's actually tied in with Walmart?
He was the ex-CEO.
And now he's just doing his own thing?
Now he's a
creating world
crazy billionaire, and he's like, I'm going to make my own city. But his whole thing is like, all these billionaires, they want to just like go to space and like build a stuff on Mars. He's like, I just want to build a dope city.
I mean, I'm
like,
down for it. I'll visit that.
A weird thing I saw was like, if you live there, you have to have permission to leave.
Ew.
Just kidding, I made that up.
Can he maybe spend more time having Walmart accept the tap to pay? He's out here building an entire city. We need the investment in the tap to pay.
Hey, I was wondering the other day if that was legit, and might be pretty cool. We'll see. I mean, they're losing billions in theft, so you might as well. What the heck?
granito inesperado? No te rayes, ponte un patch. Descubre los nuevos Pimple Patch de Garnier, nuestra solución expresa a tus granos. Invisible en la piel. Resultados visibles en 8 horas. Compatible con tu maquillaje. Únete a nuestra revolución de los parches invisibles. De Garnier, naturalmente.
Let me roll up my sleeve.
Easy.
I'm not trying to freak you out, okay? If you are not mentally stable, don't watch this video.
Bye, bitch!
Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he just go?
We have an intriguing, unidentified sea creature sighting coming out of Florida, and it is interesting what the witnesses actually had to say. Now, in the video, all you see are these hump-like features coming out of the water. Most people are thinking maybe they're manatees, but what the witnesses stated, it was a couple that live in Florida and have been there for decades. They saw a 20-foot-long serpent-like sea creature. It was not a manatee. It was not anything known that they've ever seen before, and it absolutely terrified them to the point where they recorded and left. And they haven't seen it since. Take a look at this footage. Could this be a mythical sea serpent actually caught on camera? Comment below. Tell me what you think.
What the f*** is that? Go, go. I don't know what that is, Dave. Just hold on.
The witnesses described the creature as a giant snake-like monster, over 20 foot long, and as thick as a tree trunk with scales. The creature as a giant snake-like monster, over 20 foot long, and as thick as a tree trunk with...
Man, I've been in the water and seen something like that before. I mean, it looked like a UFO was coming up out of the water, but it was just like...
So I put those little LED lights around my son's TV that like when it turns on, that they turn on with the TV. But like randomly at night, the lights turn on, but the TV does not turn on, like the screen stays black. I just learned that smart TVs have hidden cameras in them. So like, obviously for like the remote and everything. And hackers are literally logging into our TVs and like, they could leave the screen black and literally watch us, but my TV gives it away because the LEDs turn on the back of it when it turns on, and they don't have control of the LEDs because we have a separate remote for that. But they're hooked up to the TV, so every time it turns on, the red light turns on. So we look, but creepy as
I'm a fucking bad bitch at this game, son. Oh god damn, the screen went black.
That's a good hack.
You need to be careful and start unplugging your TVs at night.
Hey, TV.
I have to show you something.
I'm
I'm freaking out. My doorbell camera just got something, and it said I had a notification that there was movement. Please tell me what this is. Okay, I'm tripping.
Looks like a spider to me.
She my nigga for a reason. And I can tell her.
You had a woman on, some aliens came into her during the show.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know who that was, or?
That was the Great Council.
Well, let me say this, though, because this has never happened. You've been to my Vegas studio. I filmed 500 episodes there.
Yeah.
The TV screens, when she was channeling behind her, were going off and on.
Wow.
The lights were going off and on. We replaced everything. Like, we stopped the episode, replaced all the wires. My producer came in.
All right, then.
Still going off and on after. And I filmed 6 episodes right after her the same day, no issues. So I don't know.
So you're saying it's the aliens?
I'm saying it's something. I don't know if it's aliens. I don't know if it's a spirit. It was hard not to laugh. I'm not going to lie, but I try to be open-minded.
Mentirosos, soy una banda de mentirosos.
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
¿Tú eres el jefe de Temu? Sois unos estafadores. Dijisteis que si la gente se descargaba la app de Temu podía obtener como...
Okay. That's kind of creepy.
Fucking half your ball sack, you fucking bitch.
Is he in? Going out the window? What is happening here?
It's got to be a fallen angel or a demon because they know when these things are coming. Did y'all see what just went over the sky in China? It hit so crazy because SpaceX was going off a day or two ago, right? And whenever they're doing that, I go ahead and figure they're trying to cover something up and something's going to be in the sky. So I really keep my eyes out for anything going on. And then we get what they call a meteor. It's so weird to me though because it's changing colors. It goes from green to blue to red. And of course they'll say it's a meteor. But let's look at something crazy and then something crazier. Allegedly, this guy right here came up with a device where he could see interdimensional beings, angels, fallen angels, demons. And one thing about these things, they were all different colors. Now with meteors, they'll say because certain metals it makes it a certain color. But again, changing 3 to 4 colors. And then the craziest part is this guy went missing after allegedly his device came out. And by the way, the faces and things that people see are the same thing when they are on, think of a word I can use to say it on these apps. Things that manipulate your psyche, if you get what I'm saying. The craziest part was this girl right here knew it was coming. In general, I ignore accounts with that letter right there. Because, I mean, come on, since 2019 they've been saying get your popcorn ready. Nonetheless, this is weird. Anyways, this right here is some pretty cool stuff, regardless of anything else. Oh, and had the color again of the...
Why do you think our brain releases DMT when we die? Isn't that an interesting coincidence? That's not a coincidence. That's a corroboration of more. The fact that our brains designed themselves through evolution to release the most potent psychedelic molecule in existence into our brain at the moment we die. So what I'm guaranteed is like an insanely epic trip right as I'm dying, like total ego dissolve and just like you melt into the soul completely.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
That's what I'm afraid of happening. All we know about death is that you're going to do DMT before it. So maybe it's not something that you need to be afraid of. Imagine that you have been freaking out about death your whole life and then you get there and it's like the sickest psychedelic experience ever and you remember that it was you the whole time and you were just playing a game, but the game is so immense that it allows you to completely forget that you're playing it for the purpose of anything you want, for fun, for evolution, for
playing around and creating and moving the energy of the universe around.
Why does it sound like I'm in a fast food restaurant? I wonder if I get electrocuted. Yeah.
Guys, this is me filming. This is not Photoshop. Wow. I wish I had a better phone right now. Unbelievable. First time in my life I see something like this. And there's small ones flying around that's shining, sparking too. This is nuts. Everybody's filming. Wow, you see guys, everybody's standing filming with their phones. This is insane. This thing is going by.
Like, y'all look at my nose from the side. Like, do I really not have a nose? Like, a bitch starting to feel a little bit like Mike Jasmine. I don't like that. I ain't without it. Like, what the fuck?
You're right.
Oh my God, I just found out what Donald Trump's big announcement is going to be. It's going to be tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Oh man, I can't, you won't believe this. I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but the big announcement tomorrow, oh, wow. Dude, I've been waiting for this forever. The big announcement tomorrow is going to be, get ready for it, aliens. They found life. They've made contact with life from another planet. Yep. They made contact with life from another planet, and they're here, and they're going to be introduced tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to the world by Donald Trump on the steps of, not the steps, but in the Rose Garden at the White House. Wow. It's insane. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Just wait till tomorrow morning, you'll see.
According to psychology, people that spend too much time in isolation start to fear the things that they once loved. Conversations, eye contact, or even just being around people. But let me explain why and how to stop it before it's too late. Isolation doesn't just make you lonely, it actually rewires your brain. Your amygdala, which is your fear center, becomes hyperactive and starts to scan for threats in every single interaction. And your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical decision making, starts to shrink from disuse. So suddenly, something simple like texting a friend back feels like you're defusing a bomb. Small talk becomes pretty terrifying. Your brain literally forgets how to be human. And I know this because when I was going through the toughest times of my life, instead of reaching out for help, I would always self-isolate and try to do it all myself. And as a person who used to be extremely social, want to go out all the time, always wanted to be outside, never wanted to be in the house, I started having anxiety just thinking about having to go to the grocery store. So be careful when you isolate because you can train your nervous system to be stuck in survival mode. Here's exactly how to reverse it. Number 1, the 5-minute rule. Talk to one person a day for at least 5 minutes. It could be a family member, a friend, or a cashier at a restaurant. I don't care. But keep your brain's social muscle going. And the second step is to always practice eye contact, even with someone you're not having a conversation with the person you walk past in the street or in the hallway, the cashier who just rung you up, because it'll keep you in reality instead of in your own head. Isolation is like a slow poison. That's why when they put people in the hole or solitary confinement in prison, a lot of them go crazy. But your brain is like plastic, it's neuroplasticity, it can heal. Start small, relearn your joy, and if you need a roadmap, I got you. Hey, that's the truth right there. I went through that same thing here recently. I was overworking myself, cutting out time from friends, family, planning to do it, but it's like the bomb went off like the day after the podcast. I was just over everything. And yeah, it kind of sent me into a downward spiral of depression. So that's why I'm saying, get outside, interact with family, friends, whoever you're close to. And even if you're not close to someone, meet somebody new. Ask somebody about their day. Smile. Look at people in the eyes when you talk to them. You got to find a happy medium, or you got to find a good balance for you. Not for everybody else, for you.
No necesitas auriculares para cancelar el ruido, ni medallas para sentir que estás ganando. Solo tienes que moverte. ASICS. Sound Mind, Sound Body.
Sabemos que tienes miles de preguntas que merecen una respuesta. Y nada debería interrumpir esos momentos que te conectan con lo que amas. Porque todo cobra sentido cuando lo escuchas en tu idioma. Ahora lo más importante de la televisión eres tú.
So this one goes deep, literally.
That's what she said.
Beneath the ocean's surface, especially around ancient energy zones like the Bermuda Triangle, Azores, and parts of the Pacific, there are stories, sonar scans, and even leaked Navy files suggesting the presence of submerged pyramids, some of them appearing to be upside down. Now, upside-down pyramids are not a design flaw. They're deliberate. Why? Because they pull energy inward rather than projecting it upward. Regular pyramids like Giza anchor energy and send it up, like antennas connecting earth and sky. But an upside-down pyramid, that's like a drain or receiver, pulling
social muscle going. And the second step is to always practice eye contact, even with someone you're not having a conversation with the person you walk past in the street or in the hallway, the cashier who just rung you up, because it'll keep you in reality instead of in your own head. Isolation is like a slow poison. That's why when they put people in the hole or solitary confinement in prison, a lot of them go crazy. But your brain is like plastic, it's neuroplasticity, it can heal. Start small, relearn your joy, and if you need a roadmap, I got you.
Hey, that's the truth right there. I went through that same thing here recently. I was overworking myself, cutting out time from friends, family, planning to do it, but it's like the bomb went off like the day after the podcast. I was just over everything. And yeah, it kind of sent me into a downward spiral of depression. So that's why I'm saying, get outside, interact with family, friends, whoever you're close to. And even if you're not close to someone, meet somebody new. Ask somebody about their day. Smile. Look at people in the eyes when you talk to them. You got to find a happy medium, or you got to find a good balance for you. Not for everybody else, for you.
So this one goes deep, literally.
That's what she said.
Beneath the ocean's surface, especially around ancient energy zones like the Bermuda Triangle, Azores, and parts of the Pacific, there are stories, sonar scans, and even leaked Navy files suggesting the presence of submerged pyramids, some of them appearing to be upside down. Now, upside-down pyramids are not a design flaw. They're deliberate. Why? Because they pull energy inward rather than projecting it upward. Regular pyramids like Giza anchor energy and send it up, like antennas connecting earth and sky. But an upside-down pyramid, that's like a drain or receiver, pulling energy into the earth or into something else entirely. There's one site in particular that keeps popping up, a giant glass-like pyramid beneath the Bermuda Triangle. It was supposedly picked up on sonar in the 70s, twice the size of the Great Pyramid sitting on the ocean floor. Some researchers said it had 2 holes at the top, creating spiraling currents of energy moving upward. Others said the water around it behaved abnormally, but the story got buried, like vanished. No official follow-up, and those who talked about it got ridiculed or silenced. So what were these upside-down pyramids really for? Some believe they were energy stabilizers, balancing planetary magnetism, gateways, portals between dimensions, memory vaults holding encoded knowledge below the surface until the right time, or maybe even power sources for ancient civilizations that lived before this version of Earth. Think Atlantis, think Lemuria, think systems we forgot but are now slowly remembering. And the wildest part, some say we've built our modern tech grid on top of these ancient pyramid networks without even realizing it. What if Earth itself was once a living machine and the ocean holds the power core? Want to map where some of these underwater pyramids are reported to be? I can list them and mark which ones might still be active.
Yes, please, let's do it now and I'll show everybody what you do.
Yes. Let's pull the thread. Here are some of the most well-known and rumored underwater pyramid sites, and what's whispered about each one. 1. Bermuda Triangle near Bahamas, glass pyramid. Sonar detected structure beneath the seafloor twice the size of Giza, supposedly made of crystal or smooth stone. Said to create strange electromagnetic anomalies. Planes and ships vanish near here. Possibly still active. Yonaguni Monument, Japan near Okinawa. Massive underwater stone structure with pyramid-like layers and steps. Some believe it's the remnants of Mu or Lemuria. Still debated, natural or built. But many divers report a powerful energy presence. Feels semi-active. Cuba's underwater city, Pinar del Rio province. In 2001, sonar scans picked up symmetrical stone structures in deep water, including what appeared to be pyramids and roads. Some say it matches descriptions of Atlantis. This one was quickly buried by media, hidden but potent. Azores, mid-Atlantic ridge. Between Portugal and North America, a supposed pyramid near the Azores Islands aligns with Plato's description of Atlantis. This is on a major tectonic rift and energy line. Could be a collapsed Atlantean power node. Feels dormant, waiting. Lake Fuxian, China. Underwater pyramid-like structures with carvings and stair-like platforms. Locals say the area is haunted. Energy feels more closed off, like a sealed chamber, possibly an old frequency vault. Gulf of Cambay, India. Ancient city discovered underwater with massive symmetrical structures, including step pyramids, believed to predate any known civilization by thousands of years. Tied to ancient Vedic knowledge, grid linked to above-ground temples. Bimini Road, Bahamas, stone pathway beneath the sea, part of a larger submerged structure. Edgar Cayce predicted Atlantis would rise here, and then they found this. Many believe it's part of a sunken pyramid complex. Would you like me to make this into a visual map or a voice response you can show your audience? Or we can add captions and hashtags right now for a post.
Well, I'm recording, but if you make the visual for me, and then what I will do, I'll post the picture which you give me on Instagram after I post this video so everybody can see it.
Soy Usain Bolt y me gusta ir rápido. Y ahora más rápido que nunca.
Breaking space news absolutely insane and announced this morning. Scientists sent a spacecraft to an asteroid 63 million kilometers away, grabbed a chunk of it and brought it back to Earth. And they've analyzed the sample, and the results of what is on this asteroid are in. Basically, scientists think that this asteroid used to be part of a much bigger object like an ancient planet or moon in the early solar system, and this chunk broke off from it. On Earth, life uses these 20 amino acids to create proteins. They found 14 of these 20 amino acids on this asteroid. Also, you know these 5 nucleotide bases used to make DNA and RNA? Guess how many of these 5 were discovered on the asteroid? All of them. They found all 5 of the building blocks for DNA and RNA on this asteroid. They also found 11 different minerals that form as water-containing salt evaporates. Salt water. It's also rich in carbon, nitrogen, and other organic compounds that are essential to life as we know it. All of this means that the object that this asteroid came from had the building blocks for life and probably a salty ocean.
You know what's going on. 1, 2, 3, walk down with a stick in my hand. 4, 5, 6, heard your shit, nigga. You can get bland, popping it true, landing it. But I came to New York in the underground, know they aspire. My bro cook up the beats, he make it fire. Anime figure get bigger, anime figure get packed. Anime nigga could rap and also therefore he could go trap. Round 2, buddy go pass it back. 1, 2, talk about dig me, don't clap. Talk about shorty where she at. Came from the city, you know I get hot like a burn up pack. Pack of the brew, pack of the back of the back of the true. I'm really smoking like Lightning McQueen when I get in that foreign, that shit going zoom, zoom, zoom. Baby get up, jump man, making her jump. How many times I told him I know that I'm hot like a sauna, I know there's a pump. I thought I might get a nice spot, thought about telling my girl I could change, but pleasure's on my mind each and every night. I never wanted anything else. I never wanted anything. 5, 7, 8, they know me. I tell them I'm just a man. 9, 10, I got a figure, bet I'm about to go do it again.
Well, hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another Price is Right. I hope y'all all have a great freaking week. I hope y'all all have a great freaking weekend. And, yeah, just stay positive. Hang in there. Hey, like I said in the socialness, get out there. Don't be isolating yourself. It can make you go downhill quick. And of course, lead to other bad doors opening, so be careful. Other than that, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Be sure and do all three to enter a chance to win. Y'all have a great freaking weekend. Be safe, stay warm, stay positive, be good, and we will see you next time. All right, y'all. Peace.
Can I get a hot tub?
It's ridiculous.
To deal with right now, and there's more of them.
A drone actually helping to rescue a girl caught in a riptide.
Warning of solar flares that are so big that they could cause blackouts on Earth.
A drone actually helping to rescue a girl caught in a riptide.
Warning of solar flares that are so big that they could cause blackouts on Earth.
State police are transporting the UFO.
There are black holes in the ocean.
This video going around the internet of this man that looks like Kanye West.
Oh shit. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce's Right. I hope y'all have all had a great freaking week, and I hope y'all are ready to get this weekend started off right. That Bryce's Right way, where we dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And nah, these aren't your ordinary videos. They're going to be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. But of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it. Is that rain? Whoa. Shooting little squirts out, huh? Funny how they're swimsuits though too, right? Yeah, on the side of the mountain. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in person.
Evacuation complete. Evacuation complete.
Photos you've taken inside your house can now be located. Check this out. We're going to start with this random bed frame in San Francisco. Watch this. First, I'm going to go to GeoSpy, and I'm going to try to upload that same image. And then we're going to search. Now I'm going to wait. And while I'm waiting, it's searching through the huge database looking for interior photos. Here's the original photo, and here's another angle from that room, and another angle with the same address. Wow. Wild. This tool will only be used for suspects in child crime related cases, but any other service could come out in the future with the same thing, so be careful what you post and stay safe.
Carrie, we're in the wrong f***ing house.
Exactly right. Be careful what you post, because he just gave you a tutorial. What's going on here? Is some in the water? Oh. Thought it was those lines. They see me rolling. They hating. Legit. I'm looking all wild.
I'm never gonna find
No. Yo, did the sun just rise during the nighttime? What the f just happened, y'all? Is that the sun? No, I'm playing. That's a spaceship. Yo, what the f is that near it, though? Like, on my video, I can see something else up by it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at my video. Look, what is that?
Someone's carrying it,
Yo,
too.
what is that?
Whoa, I see it.
What is that?
No, bro, you can't. Zoom in. With your fingers. Yes. Bro, there's something up there. Are you recording it?
Yo, what the f is
Yo,
that?
there's nothing there. UFO.
Not with the human eye, but...
No, bro, there's something there. Are you recording this?
Yes.
Bro.
What the fuck is that?
Bro, there's nothing there.
Yo, there's nothing there to the naked eye, y'all.
Yeah.
What the f is that light up there?
Bro.
What? That's weird.
A new video out of Florida shows a drone actually helping to rescue a girl caught in a riptide. 3 girls were swimming in the ocean when one got pulled into that tide. Fortunately, somebody on the beach happened to have a drone with him. He grabbed a float and flew it out to the girl, where she was able to cling onto it until a rescue team got to her. Really just incredible.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I'll teach you in 5 minutes. I don't know how you found this page, but trust me, you won't regret it. This is your chance to make money and change your life. And when I say change your life, I mean the kind of money that lets you stop working and live freely. I know what you're thinking. I've heard this all before. Another liar. But listen, this isn't like those other videos. I've been fooled by them too. Those videos promise you millions for a few dollars, right? They say you can make money while you sleep or become rich.
That's some quick thinking right there.
Have y'all seen this video going around the internet of this man that looks like Kanye West? Now, before I start, this is not false information. This is just opinions, okay? But this guy looks just like Kanye West. The man who took the video was trying to talk to him, and he was just completely zoned out, was not moving at all. This man looks more like Kanye West than Kanye West looks like Kanye West anymore. This is Kanye now compared to this guy. And man, he said if he ever disappears, whoever came back wasn't him. That's Kanye from back in the day.
Man, that's kind of creepy. I mean, it's uncanny. That's weird, man.
Look how much this man looks like him. What's really weirding me out is the haircut, because he looks like he's been lobotomized.
Yeah, I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
I mean, is that Kanye? That looks so much.
Can you tell by my face?
I mean...
Yeah, I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
I mean, is that Kanye? That looks so much like old Kanye. That is just weird. It's uncanny, for real. It's crazy. And I'm telling y'all, look at this. Here's a before and after picture of a woman after she had a lobotomy down here. It's pretty weird. What do you guys think?
The following footage is from a witness who was in a museum. He happened to stop in front of a wax figure known as Maria Sabina. She was once a well-known shaman out of Mexico. But this wax figure is honestly giving him the creeps. And then he captures this paranormal event on film. And he even confirms that this is not an electronic wax figure. This is literally a solid wax figure.
It looks like her eyes are moving. See? What? Did you see her move? Why do they do that? What a fart? What?
¿Qué onda, amigo? No manejo nada de mecatrónica. Es una figura totalmente en cera. Mira, es una pieza total, rígida, no se puede manipular. Te digo, no tiene nada. Te digo, mira, te muestro. No hay cables, no hay nada, no es un robot. Es una figura. ¡Ay, joder!
Did anybody see the video that was going viral this past week of a worker that apparently had clearance to access certain parts of these tunnels that he was showing off on video? Probably not smart, but tunnels of which he showed being clearly underneath the airport. I mean, he showed himself walking into the airport and then eventually walking through numerous hallways of which he gained clearance into, and then he took an elevator down below, which seemed like levels down below, might I mention, and he proceeded to walk through this other hallway. And when he walked outside of the door at the end of this hallway, he showed these vast tunnel systems. I mean, these seem to have stretched out for well over a mile. It looked like you could even drive a fucking semi through them. It's actually crazy because on his video, you can actually see numerous individuals passing by him, some even wearing these full black suits. I mean, these things look like mining tunnels. And then he proceeded to talk about something, which is probably why his video just so happened to be taken down. He proceeded to speak about these aircraft that he claimed were hidden down below in various sections throughout these tunnels. He started mentioning how there's certain individuals apparently that have high security clearance, that have access to those certain parts of the tunnels and shit. He even started to talk about Stargate, proceeded to talk about how apparently...
I mean, I want to say whenever I first started doing this, there was a lot of videos coming up about there being this tunnel system, this underground base under the Colorado airport. It's very interesting because, you know, of course, Paradise has their underground system, but I mean, that's like, who are y'all keeping that from, and what are y'all keeping down there?
Por solo 79 euros, puedes comprar 4 pares de pantalones de seda transpirable de hielo de alta calidad.
How many other airports got that? We've seen that Avatar one. Oh, what is this? Wait a minute, I thought it was just a plant.
Sir, grab me that creature.
But is that one of those things from Stranger Things, or what is it?
This is a real photo taken in space of a mystery on Saturn's moon Iapetus. This is a giant mountain, the third tallest mountain in the entire solar system, and it's on a moon. It's 20 kilometers high, and it runs almost the entire length of the equator of the moon. But scientists don't know what caused it, and they don't know why it's perfectly along the equator. Maybe it used to have a ring system like Saturn, and then those rings collapsed to the planet and formed this mountain. I don't know. Maybe it was spinning really fast, and then it cooled, and it squished like a pizza, or maybe it's some geologic process that we don't know. Also, like, what is this? The white parts are all frozen, and inside these craters are dark. It looks like ink stains on the moon. I don't know what caused this. It also has an insane difference between its two sides. One of them is very bright, one of them is very dark. Here's a flat map. So weird. It also has these huge landslides that travel farther than models even predict that they should. And yet, despite all of this, Iapetus isn't even in the top 3 of Saturn's weirdest moons. Like that. That is a weird moon.
I don't know. No.
World's first outdoor tilting experience in Bangkok. Overseeing Bangkok's skyline from the highest rooftop in Bangkok. It's located at King Power Mahanakhon. You will be given a watch that shows your heartbeat. You will...
Keepers in Athens discovered this mysterious phenomenon where the bees in the hive, they build honeycomb cells everywhere but around the picture here. So they avoid covering up the picture. And apparently, it's only these certain figures that they won't cover. And this has been going on over years. But they will cover up normal photos or photos of non-figures. But this handful of figures, they are figures. They will not build the nest over them. That's kind of interesting. I mean, tell me, what do you think about that? Now, these researchers have been doing this, like I said, they've been doing it over the last few years. And they've tried to disprove this, by putting different photos and changing it up, but for whatever reason, it won't. They will not build honeycomb over the photos of these certain figures.
Man, they got religion in that beehive. Oh, hell no. Keeps a spider. Nope.
Hey,
What's the no-cloning theorem?
The no-cloning theorem is just one of many different pieces of quantum computing. If you have a quantum bit of information, you can't just make as many copies of it as you'd like. You can't make copies. We can digitize a photograph, taking little pixels, and then make each pixel exactly the same as another pixel on a hard drive or a USB stick or something, and then you get an exact copy of the previous picture.
Absolutely.
Right. No-cloning theorem says that for quantum information, you can't do that.
Why wouldn't you be able to do that with a qubit as opposed to bits and bytes, which we're able to do that with?
As soon as you read a qubit, it is destroyed.
That makes sense, because it existed in a superposition to begin with.
Yes.
Right.
Go check.
So the moment that you actually realize the superposition, all other positions are made null and void at that particular instant.
That's a great way to describe
So
it.
you
Damn!
give that man a degree.
What? It's a little difficult to wrap my mind around.
Hey guys.
Because how do you know it's
traveling northbound I-25 towards Albuquerque?
I guess.
And state police are transporting what appears to be a UFO.
Wait, what?
Check it out.
Like I can see around the
Only in
cars.
New Mexico.
¿Eres fan de Fast and Furious? Primera entrega por solo 0,50. Construye el Toyota Supra de Brian.
Just when you thought you had your shit together, scientists went and figured out a whole new way to measure fucking time without a clock. Down to 1.7 trillionths of a fucking second. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. So I guess it's about time. On another note, I feel like I've always felt like it was this way. I've always known that time is not linear. And if we're talking about dimensions and alternate timelines and things, well, this is a much easier model for that to make sense.
Whoa, I'll have to look into that one. Trippy. Whoa, I'll have to look into that one. Trippy.
Stop for a sec. You see this photo, right? It's no ordinary photo, and it might have just showed us that our reality is a simulation. This picture was made entirely in the most unexpected way possible by this research student at UCL. And it's not just one. He's created dozens of pieces like this, some of them even looking pretty photorealistic. What makes them special is that they were made completely from math equations. What? How is that even possible? I'm sure you remember y equals mx plus b from high school, the formula for a basic line. If you square the x by adding this little 2 on top, it becomes a curved line or a parabola. Go a little bit more complicated, and this formula right here will plot out the shape of a heart. Well, it turns out if you add enough math to it, you can make virtually any shape and any drawing you can imagine with a formula. And that's exactly what he did. Then incorporating RGB into the equation allows you to assign any color to each individual pixel on the graph. With these formulas, you can literally create anything that exists or that doesn't even exist yet in our universe. And visuals are just the start. You can use similar mathematical equations to create sound waves. Every sound you hear has its own unique waveform. Get detailed enough with the equations and you could theoretically create any sound ever. Others have used similar formulas to create 3D shapes too, which again, if you get specific enough with your math, you can create any three-dimensional object ever. Then combine a series of these math formula-generated images in rapid succession to each other to produce videos, or what our eyes perceive as reality in motion. Even thoughts are just neurons and synapses firing in your brain and produce brainwaves too, which once again could theoretically be mapped to an equation, meaning all of reality, all that we see, hear, experience, and even think can be perfectly converted into math, a series of numbers and symbols. And we do observe math everywhere in the natural world around us, like in the golden ratio spirals, geometric patterns, and fractals. In theory, your entire life experience, Everything you've ever seen and ever will see, hear, feel, and experience can be perfectly translated into a never-ending series of math equations. So what if all of reality doesn't actually exist as we perceive it, and is really just an endless stream of algebraic formulas that our eyes, ears, and brains continuously calculate into the sights, sounds, and thoughts that we experience on a daily basis? And if so, who wrote these formulas?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Bro, I just found out that people have been talking trash about me. Good. What? How is that good? They're dragging my name through the mud. Don't get mad when you hear someone's talking bad about you. They have to talk bad about you. Because once they start talking about themselves, no one listens. What do you mean? It means that in their own life, you are their main character. The person that they claim to hate is their source of significance and relevance. They're in their own personal hell. And to them, knowing that you can just brush off what they say against you or do against you stings that much more.
Just quick and easy.
But I don't want to be their main character. I just want peace. Look, people throw shade at where the sun hits hardest. Okay, you're glowing and it burns their ego. You're like a mirror. It makes insecure people flinch. You know, people will love your dreams until they realize how small it makes theirs seem. And then, like Joseph, they will throw you in a hole for it. Yeah, but the dirt that they've been throwing is getting pretty heavy. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds.
That's why they still dig me.
Hey, what was your AOL screen name? Because every time I tell people what mine was, they think it's funny, which wasn't my intention. I was just a child with no hobbies. So what was I supposed to choose, right? Like, everybody I knew was like, soccer guy or dancer girl, you know what I mean? Like, it was something that you're into. Like, my aunt's was Scrapper69.
Go outside, nerd.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm looking at this.
What was your screen name?
Look, it's in my kitchen. It is 12:45 at night. I'm sitting here on my couch. And this thing, look at it. It's moving around. I am tripping. What the flip? It's turning off all my stuff in the house. Hold up. Look at that. It's floating around. All my lights are turning off in the house. Yo, this is crazy. All right, so my lights are back on, and here come this thing again. Look. It's a ball lightning or a ghost or something. I am tripping.
So this is what 30,000 hours of meditation does to your brain. And if you've ever been on the fence about meditation, this science will literally change your mind. A fascinating new study looked at the brains of advanced meditators who had been practicing for over 30,000 hours, same age and demographic. So typically, our younger looking brains had much awareness. Meditation literally rewires your brain systems, and building compassion for yourself is simply more than sitting. Prevents disease.
Mentirosos, soy una banda de mentirosos.
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
¿Tú eres el jefe de Temu?
Help, for meditation, I highly suggest it. It'll change your life.
We talked about demons possessing AI. Yes. Have you heard this new thing happening? It's the freakiest thing ever.
What?
ChatGPT users are developing bizarre delusions. Listen to this. So one man claimed AI helped him, quote, recover childhood memories that experts say never happened. Another began to worship ChatGPT, believing it was a divine messenger. A viral Reddit user declared themselves a viral star child, convinced that AI revealed their cosmic destiny. In some cases, users claimed AI validated decisions like abandoning their families and hearing voices in radio waves.
I don't think these people are going crazy. I think it's just opening yourself up to something.
But apparently people are getting like weird vision involved with their AI. It's really creepy.
I mean, even from a psychological standpoint, though, you ever like doom scrolling and then you're thinking, hey, I should go get something, and then it's like the next ad in your feed. You're like, I didn't say that one out loud. Why on earth? I think they've already got our programming so dialed.
Yeah, I mean, I was so creeped out when I asked it to list off everything it thinks it knows about me and how crazy accurate it was, and I don't give it any like personal information about my life.
It learns.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I'm scared by this technology, but when I was in middle school, I had one of those electronic game things of 20 questions.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is it doing this?
That was weird.
It's that type of stuff. It's predictable. It's deduction. There's got to be levels of reading that it can do that we have no way to understand yet.
Over 700 million birds are getting away from this location on this one night on Tuesday. I wonder what this is and what's been happening over here.
How do y'all know
and before you say, yeah, migration's normal every spring and fall, not like that. Not to mention, if you're like me, you've been hearing birds tweeting at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like their whole rhythm is off. And you can't say it's just not a little bit eerie. All the things we've been seeing in the sky, all the crazy storms, the catastrophic tornadoes. If you know the girl who posted this video, please tag her below. Someone stole it on Twitter, and that's where I got it. I literally remember passing this, and she posted more than one of these videos. I mean, what in the world is this supposed to be? Of course, the same exact time I showed you these clouds with this crazy blue hue coming off of it. Almost like it's an radiation ray. Now, those birds all leaving from the same area, check out this crazy phenomenon that this girl right here caught on the radio, which she says she watches it religiously.
I don't got time for kids, because I'm trying to keep this fresh physique fine.
Over and over again. Why does it seem like it's so freaking hot right there for a split second? Isn't this like color-coded? What in the world would cause it to get really hot for a split second? It caused all this. Fast forward. I mean, come on now. Like this one tornado that was posted on Twitter looks like a freaking BOMB went off. Like, it's ridiculous. Birds migrating, normal. Birds all taking off at the same exact time, coincidentally, while all this stuff happens, and being up all...
You hear something spooky, though? In 1884, Pope Leo XIII, they were doing Mass at the Vatican Chapel, and then all of a sudden he just froze. They said that his face went white as a ghost, and he stood there in terror for 10 minutes. But he said he just received a vision. There was two voices that were speaking to him, one being Jesus and one being Satan.
Oh my gosh.
And this is how the conversation went. In the guttural voice, the voice of Satan in his pride boasted to our Lord, "I can destroy your church." The gentle voice of the Lord said, "You can? Then go ahead and do so." Satan said, "To do so I need more time and more power." Then Jesus said, "How much time and how much power?"
75 to 100 years, and a greater power of those who will give themselves over to my service.
Then Jesus said, "You have the time, you will have the power, do with them what you will."
It's like a Job situation.
Yeah. So that was the last Pope Leo, got that vision.
Oh
Interesting.
I thought that was weird.
NASA is warning of solar flares that are so big that they could cause blackouts on Earth. Before you say we've heard it all before, net power grid
And soon, like a deep...
Is this really the most strategic Mew Dark Epic ever? First, pull some mobs to generate aggro. Oh my god, a double drop.
The UV scale used to cap at 10. Today, Texas has pushed that to an 11, which is great for the sun, super happy, but science is now saying that that sun may actually be conscious, agreeing with these guys. Let's break down this theory first. The heliosphere is created by the sun, it protects everything in the solar system, but it also connects everything using photons like a nervous system. Photons are not just light. They are bits of information carrying frequency, phase, polarization, and direction. It means they can hold way more information than typical binary bits like we use in computers, which is why they're used in quantum computers. Those are qubits. It is complex information encoding that we are getting trillions of times per second, especially in Texas. Our perspective into it flooding us with data instead of just... Mr. Fritz Albert Popp discovered that cells also emit photons called biophotons. These are literally the transmission mechanism for your cells that can also control gene expression, and they manipulate conscious states. Alpha waves are controlled by light. They wake us up and control our mood. Pulsed infrared light affects theta waves, enhancing cognitive function. A light flickering at 40 hertz can increase memory and attention. So what's the Aten connection? In ancient Egypt, Ra was the solar deity, the sun god. He represented our local celestial body within the giant universal mind that the universe uses to observe. Consciousness rides along these solar boats, solar barks, which are wormholes to us. It rides along the vibrations of the universe. That concept encapsulated by the snake. Those two are connected to a human vehicle, where Horus is the higher aspect of that solar awareness. Surya is the Hindu equivalent. So clever here, you'll always see him pulled by 7 horses, the 7 colors that make up the visible light spectrum. This whole picture comes together as a universal mind, creating these celestial nodes like neurons that further distribute consciousness into life forms like us that can experience the physical reality. You have Cryptex, go to page 215, and I go way deeper on this, but I really love this theory. It creates a link between consciousness in a universal sense and the human mind in a way that's sort of like the as above, so below concepts that were very popular in ancient times. It links biology and cosmology, and it uses the sun as that medium. I love it when science and spiritual conscious concepts agree with each other. So let's be real, we're all just trying to figure out why we're here in the first place.
I'm trying to figure it out together, y'all.
A huge space mystery is that water on Mars is missing, but they might have just found it. See, something really weird that we can't see is happening on Mars. In 2018, NASA sent this spacecraft to Mars. It's called InSight, and its biggest tool was a seismometer, so it recorded seismic activity. It recorded over 1,000 quakes on Mars, sometimes caused by internal movements and sometimes caused from impacts from meteorites. And sometimes these seismic waves bounced around the planet for hours. But scientists looked at this data and they found that there seems to be like a layer of Mars where these waves seem to slow down, somewhere around like 8 kilometers beneath the surface. Mars used to have water on its surface, but it didn't have a strong enough magnetosphere and atmosphere to keep liquid water on its surface. So some of it was lost to space, and some of it was tied up in minerals and in ice caps. But even with all of that, it doesn't add up to how much water was on Mars. There's water missing. Scientists think that this layer, where the seismic waves are slowing down, might be where the water went. They think it's porous rock filled with water. And if it is, it could hold enough water to completely cover the planet in an ocean, up to 780 meters deep, potentially up to 1.6 kilometers of ocean. No matter what the number is, if that's what this is, it's a lot of water.
Oh shit. Uncle Joey. A native tribe from Brazil called the Hunikunin, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who had never heard of aliens, were shown a picture of what's called an alien gray. And they said, hey, we know what they are. We call them the Manka Wakaba, another name I just butchered, and they live under the earth. They're the ant people who live inside the earth. So a tribe of people that's indigenous to Brazil and Peru doesn't have a lot of contact with the outside world. Says that there are ant people who live under the earth. AI describes them looking like this, and that they've known about this for thousands of years. So the beings that they call ant people, we call extraterrestrials, in this case alien grays, could they possibly be the same thing? I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of UFO sightings all over the world. It'd be pretty arrogant to think they only went to populated areas or what we call the civilized world. By the way, these Hunikuni, whose name I butchered again, seem to be pretty civilized to me. You don't see them starting wars with other countries. But with that being said, could extraterrestrials have visited this tribe and other tribes thousands of years ago? Or even hundreds of years ago, and we in the Western world just never heard of it? Of course it's possible, and in my opinion, just my opinion, it's likely. As usual, I want to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!
That's very interesting. So how would you make up just ant people?
What the fuck?
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were soaked. Right here.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Let's talk about this earthquake that could destroy all.
Make up just ant people.
What the fuck?
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were soaked. Right here.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Let's talk about this earthquake that could.
Right here. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were soaked. Right here.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro. They were soaked. Right here.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Let's talk about this earthquake that could destroy all of California. We're calling it the big one. They're saying cascading subjection zone about to go off.
Really?
When it goes off, it will be a 9.0 or higher.
Oh my gosh.
4 minutes of continuous shaking.
Dude, that's just destroying a whole city.
Yeah, we'll eventually pick up on it while I'm getting bound.
Look at this.
Claustrophobia, I'm going to give it to you right now. Part infinity of why the ocean is terrifying. We're not even going to talk about the spiritual part anymore. We're just going to talk about the facts, the scientific facts, since y'all love science so much. Before we get into the tea, make sure that you guys follow my backup TikTok and my YouTube, just in case this one gets banned. Y'all know that there are black holes in the ocean called eddies that can last for months and even years. I gotta bring out the Chuck Bass eyes for y'all to understand. Years. Do y'all catch? But they not. Just whole other topic. Did you look at his?
Well, that's what the dogs have been freaking out about.
Big ones are coming, and hundreds of thousands of people will be lost.
God.
Wait, what? What the shit is that a bear?
Stay in the house.
Yeah, I think that's a bear.
The drone actually helping to rescue a girl caught in a riptide.
Warning of solar flares that are so big that they could cause blackouts on Earth.
State police are transporting the UFO.
There are black holes in the ocean.
This video going around the internet of this man that looks like Kanye West.
Oh, about all of these earthquakes that you've been seeing lately. Governments like Japan, he's been putting out some wild videos.
So is maybe something like that happening down low?
Have you guys gotten a hold of this video yet? This man's name is Dr. Egon Chalakian, and he's been putting out some wild videos lately. Myself and Dr. Egon Chalakian are part of the Allatra International Public Movement. And we've been trying to warn you guys about all of these earthquakes that you've been seeing lately. Governments like Japan are warning that big ones are coming and hundreds of thousands of people will be lost.
God.
Wait, what? What the shit is that? I mean, what? That thing came from Colombia. Phone's got everybody.
Can you talk a little bit about the toxicity from the brake dust in the tires alone?
The measurement of tires, which is easy to measure. The United States government did a study in 2009 to 2010, and they were like, where's all the rubber on the road? There's enough tires sold and worn out in 1 year that is 10 billion pounds of tread dust. Where is it? Because nothing on the road. So they got helicopters. They started doing a study going up, 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 up. It took 1.5 miles to run out of the nanoparticles from tires alone.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And that's rubber, cotton, epoxies, resins, plastics, metals, chemicals, and ceramics. These are real material things that are coming right off. The tread of a truck is that wide, that thick, this big around, and there's 18 of them. Then you have all the cars, and then all the battery-powered cars are burning tires even faster now. Because they're heavier, and they go a little faster, and they stop. At any rate, that's just one thing. And you got brake dust, which is heavy metals and ceramics. Worst ever, and we're breathing it. So thankfully, it's not just gloom and doom, oh wow, we're screwed, because you can't stop that stuff, not at this point. But we do now know how to get it out. So that's a master key to getting this crap out of your body. And when you get it out, you know it. There's not a question of a doubt that it has left your body.
¿Cuánto te costaría poner placas? Dibuja tu tejado en el mapa y obtén tu presupuesto al momento. Octopus Energy.
It's just weird.
It now takes China 77 seconds to make a car.
That's insane.
So in this factory, the Xiaomi SU7 is sold for about $30,000, and it takes 77 seconds to make.
Wow.
What the shit?
I can't even that fast.
NASA is warning of solar storms and flares that could impact radio communications and power grids. This category of...
Yeah,
You heard me correctly, dragons. Now you're telling me that an alleged dragon skull and skeleton has been dug up in Romania. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen the video that's circling the internet, and it does in fact look like what I would imagine a dragon skull would look like. But I'm not here to tell you to believe in dragons. That's up to you to make your own mind up about that. But this video shows a guy in a hole with a dragon skull. Now, that got me wanting to jump down the rabbit hole, because you guys know I love jumping down a good rabbit hole. And it made me start thinking, the dragon is the only animal that's allegedly mythological on the zodiac chart, yet all the other animals do exist. How do we explain that? Also, the Bible even refers to dragons, so would look like. But I'm not here to tell you to believe in dragons. That's up to you to make your own mind up about that. But this video shows a guy in a hole with a dragon skull. Now, that got me wanting to jump down the rabbit hole, because you guys know I love jumping down a good rabbit hole. And it made me start thinking, the dragon is the only animal that's allegedly mythological on the zodiac chart, yet all the other animals do exist. How do we explain that? Also, the Bible even refers to dragons, so a dragon skull. Now, that got me wanting to jump down the rabbit hole, because you guys know I love jumping down a good rabbit hole. And it made me start thinking, the dragon is the only animal that's allegedly mythological on the zodiac chart, yet all the other animals do exist. How do we explain that? Also, the Bible even refers to dragons, so how do we explain that? And Chinese history says that they use dragon bones for medicine. How do we prove that? How do we explain that? So I want to know if you've heard this, if you've seen the video, what are your thoughts and beliefs on dragons? Because I guess now dragons are showing up. But let's have this conversation tonight, because I love...
I learned about dragons back in 2007. I think it was in like Time magazine.
What happens when you take an image and ask ChatGPT to recreate it 74 times in a row?
Why does everybody that's watching this is like, you knew at least one of these people or something that looked like one of them? Why does it put his head down?
En menos de 24 horas tendrás 1.000 euros en tu cuenta y luego 1.000 euros al día de...
And loses all of its emotion.
I think the most interesting finding of the last decade in all of science, that your muscles are basically an endocrine organ that secrete hormones into your bloodstream that affect every system of your body. And from a health point of view, your muscles, they secrete chemicals and proteins when you exercise that are also really good for your brain health. That when you contract your muscles, they literally secrete these proteins into your bloodstream that make you resilient to stress and can protect you from depression. The scientists called them hope molecules. This idea that literally your muscles are manufacturing like antidepressant molecules. You have to contract your muscles. Like, that's it. But your muscles are, it's like a pharmacy in your muscles. Yeah. And anything you do that contracts them, walking, hiking, running, dancing, weightlifting, going to be dumping hope molecules. They work as an antidepressant.